Hello friends, welcome to this YouTube channel, PowerBookSummaries. Let me ask you something. Do you know what the biggest reason for failure in trading is? It's not the market. It's you. Every day, millions of people come into the stock market, dreaming of making money. But only a few survive this game. The rest fall into the traps of fear, greed, and confusion and eventually give up. In his book, Trading in the Zone, Mark Douglas tells us that trading is not just a game of numbers. It's a mental battle, a battle of discipline, mindset, and emotional control. In trading, your biggest enemy isn't a market crash or bad news. It's your own mind. And the same mind can either make you wealthy or bankrupt you. That is the core message of this book. So now, let's begin the journey that can awaken the powerful, focused trader within you, the one who has so far lived in fear and hesitation. First, understand this. Trading is not a game. It is a psychological war. Mark Douglas says the real challenge in trading is not understanding the market, it is understanding yourself. When we look at trend lines, indicators, or chart patterns, we think we can control the market. But the truth is we can only control ourselves. And that is what matters most. In every trade, there are only two outcomes. Either you earn or you learn. The problem begins when we treat losses as personal failures. But a true trader sees every loss as a lesson. Fear and greed are the two biggest enemies of a trader. You've probably heard this many times. A trader must be free of fear and greed. But saying this is easy. Doing it, not so much. When you invest money into a trade, it's not just numbers. It's your hopes, your confidence, and sometimes even your survival. If a trade starts to go in your favor, greed tempts you to take more risks. And if the trade turns against you, fear paralyzes you. You can't exit. You can't book profits. You just freeze. Mark Douglas says there's only one way to overcome these emotions: discipline. When you approach trading like a structured system, these emotions lose their power. No trading plan equals no success. To become a professional trader, you need a solid plan. If you're just chasing trends by looking at charts, without any plan, you're not trading, you're gambling. Mark Douglas is clear. Every trader must decide what signals they will use to enter a trade, when they will exit, how much capital they're willing to risk, and when they will or won't trade. Until these rules are defined, the market will throw you around like a ship lost at sea. Mental belief and self-image. You may have a good trading plan, but still, you don't follow it. Why? Because of your self-image. Mark Douglas says there's a voice inside you that decides how much success you think you deserve. If you believe you always lose money, if you think you're not good enough for the market, no matter how good your trades are, you'll end up sabotaging yourself. Change your self-image. Start seeing yourself as a successful, consistent trader. Each trade is an independent event. One of the biggest mistakes traders make is connecting past trades to future expectations. Just because you made money from a pattern once doesn't mean it will work again. The market doesn't follow your personal story. Mark Douglas reminds us, each trade is a new and separate opportunity. It has nothing to do with the last trade. When you truly accept this, you'll begin to see each trade with calm and clarity. The rules of trading are simple. Following them, I send single quotes to God. Yes. Trading rules are basic. Trade with the trend, use stop loss, control your risk. The real test comes when your emotions try to break those rules. Most traders follow the rules only when the market agrees with them. But when things go wrong, fear takes over, and they abandon the rules. That's the turning point, where the amateur quits. And the disciplined trader wins. Mental freedom and confidence. Mark Douglas emphasizes again and again, to trade successfully, your mind must be free and balanced. You can't control the market, but you can control your reaction. When you accept that every trade is just a probability, you stop fearing the outcome. And that's when you gain the power to make clear decisions. The 7 rules every trader should follow. Always make a trading plan and write it down. Set a fixed amount of risk for each trade. Always use stop loss to manage losses. Never increase your position size out of greed. Review your trades weekly. Make decisions based on your system, not emotions. Never take losses personally, learn from them. The difference between an amateur and a professional. An amateur trader wants to defeat the market. A professional trader wants to control himself. The amateur wants to be right. The professional wants to follow the system. When a beginner enters the market, they are full of emotional urgency. They want to make money fast. But a pro knows that the most valuable asset is mental stability. Accepting probabilities is the key to trading. Most traders expect to win every trade. So when a trade goes wrong, they panic, they doubt themselves. They quit. Mark Douglas says, "You must understand that every trade is a probability, not a guarantee. Even your best trade setup has a chance of loss. Unless you accept this fact, you will always fear the result and lose your discipline." Discipline in trading means full self-control. It's not just about habits. It's about the ability to say no to your impulses. Even if you feel excited, even if you're sure of profit, if your system doesn't give a signal, you must wait. That's what real discipline looks like. Mark Douglas says, "Until you take every trade based on a system you trust, you're still driven by emotion, not by professionalism." Ego is the most dangerous enemy in trading. A common mistake traders make is trying to be right all the time. When a trade goes wrong, they don't accept it. They think the market is wrong, not them. But the truth is, we made a wrong judgment. And the sooner we accept it, the sooner we grow. Letting go of your ego is the key to trading success. Trading is not about controlling the market. It's about controlling yourself. You can't control what the market does, but you can control how you respond. Real freedom in trading comes when you can accept every outcome, profit or loss, and be mentally prepared for both. That is true self-reliance. Unique mindset of a successful trader. Never get emotionally attached to any trade. It's just a number. Look at risk first, profit later. Understand that losses are part of the business. Review your decisions daily. Always act based on rules, not emotions. The trap of expectations. Sometimes, traders take small profits repeatedly. But when a loss comes, it's massive. This happens because of the trap of hope. In a trade, we keep thinking, maybe it'll go higher, maybe just a little more. And in this hope, we don't take profits or stop losses. Solution? Predefine your profit-taking and loss-cutting levels before you enter the trade. That is what professional trading looks like. Stop fearing losses. Start learning from them. Every loss teaches you something. But if you fear loss, you'll hesitate, freeze, or overreact. Mark Douglas says, "See every loss as a lesson, not a failure. Because if you learn from every trade, you can never truly lose." Don't see the market as a friend. See it as a system. Many traders start thinking of the market as a person. The market is angry at me. The market ruined my day. But the truth is, the market has no emotions. It works on data, not feelings. So don't take it personally. Don't seek revenge. Just treat it like a system and act accordingly. Training the mind is the real training. You can attend all the workshops, take all the courses, learn all the strategies, but unless you train your mind, you'll never succeed in trading. Mental practice is everything. Analyze your decisions daily. Understand your emotions. Ask yourself, was I disciplined today? This is the journey of becoming a professional trader. Because in the end, trading success is not an outcome, it's a process. Mark Douglas says that in your journey to becoming a successful trader, you must track how many times you actually followed your rules. If you followed your trading system 100 times and made a profit 60 times, then you're a successful trader. If you made big money only twice without following any rules, that wasn't skill. That was luck. The key to long-term success is to treat trading like a business. Mark Douglas repeats this point again and again. Until you treat trading like a serious profession, you won't achieve consistent success. Just like any business, trading also involves cost, risk, time, patience, and most importantly, a clear plan. A businessman makes every decision based on logic. They review data, analyze probabilities, and then act. The same habits must be present in a professional trader. But if you're trading just for fun or based on guesses, you're not trading, you're gambling. Recognize your emotions. Don't suppress them. Many people think that discipline means suppressing emotions. But Mark Douglas says true discipline is recognizing your emotions and rising above them. If you're afraid, acknowledge your fear. If you're feeling greedy, be aware of it, but only make trading decisions when you're emotionally neutral. Every trading decision should be clear and solid. If emotion enters even a little, that decision turns into a reaction, and that's dangerous. Learn to detach yourself. The most important skill for a trader is to emotionally separate yourself from your trades. When you're in a position, it's easy to get emotionally attached to the trade. You might think, if this goes into profit, I'll feel respected. Or if this hits my stop loss, I'll feel like a fool. But this thinking is your biggest mistake. Mark Douglas says that until you treat every trade as just an opportunity and keep yourself separate from it, you will always remain a slave to emotion. To succeed in trading, you must change your mindset. Most of us are taught from childhood to fear failure. We're told, don't make mistakes, never lose. But in the world of trading, this mindset will destroy you. To win here, you must give yourself permission to make mistakes. Accept every loss as a lesson, and then move forward. Mark Douglas says, a successful trader is someone who doesn't fear loss, doesn't regret mistakes. They simply learn and keep improving their strategy. Confidence comes from accepting uncertainty. Nothing in trading is ever guaranteed. No pattern, no signal, no strategy can promise 100% success. So if you fear uncertainty, you'll never be able to trade with peace. But when you embrace uncertainty, a powerful confidence emerges. Not the confidence that you'll always be right, but the confidence that no matter what happens, you'll stick to your rules. Belief in your system and discipline. A trading system is only useful when you follow it with consistency. Discipline. If you keep changing your system again and again, you're just living in confusion. A professional trader trusts their system blindly. They understand that not every trade will be a winner, but over the long term, the system will work in their favor. So test your strategy thoroughly, and once you're confident, stick to it. Only then will you experience real results. Mental barriers and their solutions. Everyone has mental blocks that stop them from becoming disciplined. Thoughts like, if I lose, I'll look like a failure. If I exit early, I'll miss out on more profit. If my stop loss hits, people will think I'm stupid. Mark Douglas says, there's only one solution to these barriers: daily reflection and self-reminding that you are a professional, not a gambler. Every decision must be based on logic, not fear or emotion. The power of a trading journal. All successful traders maintain a trading journal. They write down every detail of every trade, why they entered, where they set the stop loss and target, what they were feeling during the trade, and what the final outcome was. This habit helps you understand yourself better. You'll begin to see in which situations you make good decisions, and when you let your emotions take control. This builds a professional mindset. Be disciplined, but also flexible. Mark Douglas explains that a trader must be both disciplined and flexible. Sometimes the market does something unexpected. In such moments, you need to adapt intelligently, not panic. Flexibility means knowing when to adjust your plan, but only within your trading system, not based on fear. Trading is an inner journey. This book's biggest Message is, trading is not just about tools and techniques. It's an inner journey that introduces you to yourself. In trading, you must fight your own fears, your own greed, and your ego every single day. And when you overcome them, that's when you become a truly disciplined trader. Mental practice is the real strategy. Mark Douglas believes, until you train your mind daily, no trading system will give you lasting success. Your mind is constantly filled with thoughts that affect your decisions. That's why it's essential to clean your mind every day and train it to think like a trader. Just like athletes practice every day, a trader must mentally practice daily to trade without fear during real-time market conditions. Reprogramming your mind. Over the years, your brain is conditioned to think a certain way. If you've been taught that failure is shameful or that making mistakes is bad, this mindset will ruin your trading. In trading, success comes to those who aren't afraid to make mistakes, who accept losses, and keep learning consistently. Changing this belief system is called reprogramming. When you start reminding yourself daily that process matters more than win or loss, your mind begins to work in a new way. The power of daily review. Every successful trader ends their day with one habit: self-review. They ask, what did I do right today? What did I do wrong? When did I break my rules? This review is like a mirror that shows you your real trading personality. You can't lie to yourself. You'll know when you exited out of fear or delayed action due to greed. When you write these things down honestly and try to improve daily, you become better and stronger each day. Visualization and building confidence. Mark Douglas also recommends a powerful technique: visualization. Another powerful technique Mark Douglas recommends is visualization. Close your eyes and imagine you're in a trade that's going against you. Now imagine making the right decision without fear or frustration. This mental rehearsal trains your brain to experience pressure situations in advance, so when they happen in real life, you respond with clarity, not panic. Just 10 to 15 minutes of this practice daily can dramatically increase your confidence. Positive affirmations build strong thinking. Your mind believes what it hears repeatedly. So if you keep repeating positive trading affirmations like, I treat every trade as an opportunity, I follow my rules no matter what, I accept every loss as a lesson, I don't control the market, I control my response. These messages slowly reshape your mindset. You begin to believe them, and that belief forms your trading personality. The power of mindfulness and inner peace. According to Mark Douglas, mental calmness is the most essential quality of a successful trader. As long as your mind is disturbed, you won't make good decisions. That's why taking a few minutes each day, morning or night, for meditation is invaluable. And meditation doesn't just mean closing your eyes. It means connecting with yourself, understanding your emotions, and balancing them. With regular practice, your mind becomes strong enough to handle the pressure of trading. Set clear trading goals. Saying, I want to make money from trading, isn't a real goal. You need to be crystal clear. How many trades will you take daily? What's your strategy? How much risk will you take? What's your long-term target? Mark Douglas says, when your goals are unclear, your mind stays scattered. And a scattered mind can never build discipline. Make trading a business, not your last hope. Many people treat trading as their only chance. Like, if I don't make money today, I have nothing left. This mindset is dangerous. Because when you trade under pressure, you fall into emotional traps and make bad decisions. Mark Douglas says, trade with a calm mind. Don't treat it as a desperate need or burden. See it as a process, not a life or death situation. Discipline is a habit, not a miracle. People think discipline shows up overnight, but Douglas explains that discipline is a long-term result of consistent, small decisions. Every time you follow your rules, every time you take the right decision despite fear or greed, you're building a new layer of discipline. And over time, that becomes your new habit. Knowing the rules is not enough, you must live them. Most traders know the rules, but the real challenge is following them when it matters. For example, a trader might say, "I will always use a stop loss." But when the trade goes against them, they remove it out of fear. That exact moment separates success from failure. Rules become powerful only when they become habits. And habits form when you follow them, no matter what. Focus on how, not why. Many traders obsess over why the market is moving a certain way. But Mark Douglas says, that's not your job. Your job is to know how you will react to every situation. Because markets are unpredictable, anything can happen. But if you've prepared your responses, you'll always be mentally ready. Keep evolving your thinking. A disciplined trader is a constant learner. They try to improve every day because the market evolves, and you must evolve with it. Ask yourself questions. Do I understand my rules? Do I follow them every time? Do I learn from my losses? Am I getting trapped in greed or fear? Your answers reveal your true state of mind. Trading is not a game, it's a system of self-management. Every day, the market gives you a chance, not just to earn money, but to become better. But this is only possible if you stop treating trading like entertainment and start treating it as a disciplined process. Mark Douglas's biggest lesson is this: trading success doesn't come from fancy systems. It comes from the right mindset, the one that stays calm and focused in every situation. And this mindset doesn't just make you a great trader, it makes you a better, more balanced, and more conscious human being. Stop treating every trade as your last chance. Sometimes we think, if this trade fails, I'm finished. But that's not true. The market gives new opportunities every day. Don't turn one trade into a do-or-die moment. When you truly believe that another chance will come, you can make decisions in the present without fear. And that is true confidence. Focus on the process. Results will follow. If you keep chasing results, you'll never build lasting discipline. Because results aren't in your control. But your process is not, so follow your rules. Control your risk. And rise above emotion. That's how you achieve consistent success. Don't take losses personally. When we lose a trade, we blame ourselves. We think we're weak or dumb. But in trading, losses are normal. A professional trader sees losses like a business owner sees expenses. If your decisions are sound, your long-term profits will cover the cost. The 5 greatest psychological rules in trading. The market's movement is never personal. Every trade is just an opportunity to win or to learn. No single trade defines your future. Your thinking is your greatest strength or your biggest weakness. Discipline is your most valuable asset. Mark Douglas teaches us that technical knowledge is important, but your mindset is even more powerful. Until you train your mind, no strategy will work. Discipline is a power that builds slowly, decision by decision. And once you learn to master your mind, the market can never defeat you. Trading isn't just about making money, it's a path to self-discovery. It's a journey where you meet your real self. And when you trade with this mindset, you don't just become a disciplined trader, you become a balanced, self-aware human being. If you found this summary valuable, please like the video, share it with your trader friends, and don't forget to subscribe to PowerBook Summaries. For more life-changing book summaries like this one, comment below and tell us which idea from Trading in the Zone inspired you the most. And if there's a specific book you'd like us to summarize, drop the name in the comments. Remember, discipline is the real wealth. And every trade is an opportunity to become better. Thank you for watching.